Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing good today. So, welcome to the stream and video. For the one that are watching live, welcome. You can ask your question, put it somewhere in the chat. I'll be able to see it, and we are displaying this stream in 5 different platforms. So you can ask your questions. Please be patient a bit, so it will give me some time to look at it. So on this stream and videos, so these will be series of videos where we will show how we can take a company, grow it online step by step. I've helped several different companies from very small budgets, a few hundreds of dollars to millions of dollars a month in multiple languages. So over the years, I've done some mistakes. I've done some good things. So on those series of videos, I'm taking a business and we'll go step by step. I will think out loud. I will do them usually on the weekend. So mostly on the weekend, that's when I will start doing those videos. So if you are interested, please subscribe, send your questions. So there's a QR code here somewhere. So here you see a QR code. So just scan it. That will go into my email if you have any questions. And on this series of video, we will discuss some companies that are related into fintech. So we'll take a fintech company that is generating some money, so not a lot. And the idea is to make it close to become a multi-million dollar company. So now it makes a couple of thousands. It's there. I'll show you the website. We'll go on screen share. So I'll do also some screen shares here. So let me see how this will work. So if I do screen share, boom. So again, perfect. So now you welcome to the screen. Welcome to the stream. So again, these will be streams and videos. So those streams will be long, many hours. And it's technically I'll be working and streaming at the same time. So that will give you an idea how I'm thinking, how I approach any business problem. And so again, these will be streamed. If you want to watch the full videos, they will be available on YouTube. They will be also available on Kick, on Twitch as well. So depending on your platform, of course, on Instagram, on TikTok, a bit everywhere. But it's if you want to watch the full video, the best place would be on YouTube. So the YouTube link is, let me give it to you here. So it will be ATM promo. So YouTube ATM Academy. So it's this one here. So that's the link. Okay. So if you go on YouTube, that's where you will be able to see all the videos. Subscribe, ask your question. So the way to ask a question, you have to ask the question. It could be interesting to know your city as well. So where are you asking that question from? And what do you do? Are you at school? Are you working? And if you work, what field? And that's how we can ask questions, and I'll be I'll be able to answer them. Okay, so let's start with our first company, which is StockChase. So on StockChase, as you can see here, this is a website, and I'll be analyzing it, and it makes a couple of thousands a month, and the idea is to bring it to millions of dollars. So here, that's the company that we will discuss. So StockChase, as you can see here, there's there's a search bar. So that's its financial opinions. Okay. And here we will be analyzing a couple of things. So first of all, what I will do mockups. Okay. So I will visualize the website. So the first thing that we will do is the website flow. So here, that will be our our visual. So here it will be website flow. That's how I start every problems, every company, and every. That's how we analyze every company's problem, and we try to figure out what we can do to improve it. Okay. So first of all, the URL is StockChase. So let's put it here. So that's the homepage, and now we have a menu. So on the menu, there's a couple of things here. So there's the search bar, there's a watch list, there's login and sign up for free. So here we can, okay, so there's a sign up. Welcome back. Perfect. And usually the way that I also like to visualize any website is in 4 steps. So first is let me draw here an arrow. So the first is the attract. Okay. So let me change a bit the color. So here it will be, let's do a nice color here, blue. There we go. So here, this is the attract. So this is how we can bring traffic. Okay. Let me just change this into white, increase a bit. Boom. Bit too much. 48. Okay. So how we can bring traffic. That's important. Then we have the website. Okay. So in this case, again, the company in question for this series will be Stock Chase. So here, Stock Chase is the company, which is the homepage. Okay. And here it will be the engage. That's how you can engage user. Okay. Again, let's change the color here. 48. This is 48. Boom. And here it will be dun 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 white. Let's make it nice. There you go. Boom. This is a bit weird. Let's do an orange. There you go. So here, that's the traffic. Okay. So eventually we'll analyze how from where the traffic comes from. Okay. In maybe other videos, but this is where the traffic are coming from. So here it could be multiple multiple channels. So here it could be Google. Okay. Let's make it smaller here. So here it could be Google. There you go. Could be, of course, YouTube. It could be Facebook. Could be many, many, many different sources, right? Facebook. And one that is becoming very popular and very important to not ignore, it's, of course, our friend ChatGPT. Boom. Okay. And all the other AIs. So I don't want to make any other AIs jealous. So let's add some Claude here. Okay. Some Perplexity. So there's Perplexity. Okay. So all the AIs. And here, of course, we can group them together. Boom, boom, boom. Here you can have Facebook if you want. Okay. So you got the point. So here you have Facebook, Instagram, Meta, so on and so forth, right? Uh, so that's everything related to the attract, the acquisition. Then engage, you have to send them somewhere. So you send them, you can send them on a website. Okay. So in this case, it's a website. It could be social media. Okay. So here it could be, let's, boom. So here it could be social media. So let's say your, again, your Facebook page, your Instagram page. Okay. So you don't really need, like, yes, it's good to have a website because you own it, but it's more and more you can just have online visibility with different social platforms, right? So you can have Facebook page. So again, this is not Facebook ads. It will be your Facebook page. Here it will be your Instagram page. Instagram page. You can also use other tools. You can just have like a landing page, okay, landing page, and here you can use a tool of the landing page to. So here you have a tool to that you pay per month. So you can pay $5. I don't know, maybe not five, but like let's say $12, $15, 20. You pay per month, and that this is actually very good because you can capture email, right? So you'll be able to capture emails here, and that's how you you're able to get to to the third to the third phase. And here, let's boom, and this is that's your funnel here, and that's how you'll be able to convert some people into something, right? So you want to convert them ideally into customers. So this is upside down. Boom. Let's use another color. So here, boom, boom. Okay. So this is actually your this is your money face, right? So here it's let's put some green there. Boom. So this is your conversion. Okay. So here it's oh boy, it's upside down. So let's use it. Oops, not this. Let's use the text, a title, and that will be your conversion. Conversion. And here, I don't know why, but I like white. White on color. Looks nice. Make it a bit bigger. This is 48. There you go. 48. 48, 48. There you go. So that's your conversion here. That's let's change the color into whatever. Gray. And this is your money. Okay. So let's find a money icon here. Money. Second. So here let's find money icon. And something like this. Copy back here. There you go. And here that's where that's where you convert your visitors to. So here you have engage visitors. So here it will be engage visitors into potential clients. So here engage visitors into boom potential clients. So here it's potential clients. So that's step 4. It's not over yet. And here let's find some sort of a cycle. So here dun, 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 element, let's say an arrow. Yeah, no, 1 second. 1 second, let me find it some elsewhere. So here, arrow, cycle. Yeah, something more like this. There you go. I got it here. Copy image. Now, so the last one will be the retention. So that's the fourth phase. Okay. So that's how I start. Let's say day one of any company. That's how I start. So I always, and this you can define any business in the world with those four stages. And here you have the conversion. This is conversion, and here is retention. Oh boy. So this is the retention. Retention. Okay. And that's how you can. So here it's repeat. This is repeat customers. Customers. Okay. And here it's even more. Boom. Let's add a bit more. Puff. Okay. There you go. You got the point. There's a lot. Okay. So here, that's how you make all your profits. All your profits are here. Okay. So here, there's a cost per acquisition. Okay. So here, that's how you, again, there's an action. Okay. So you need a call to action. So here, it's a call to action. Okay. Or sometimes you'll hear CTA. So it will be CTA. Okay. And call to action. And here again, you're telling the user that they need to do an action, right? So here you will just ask for, you can get an email. Okay. Usually it's a lead. Here you want to get a lead, right? So you want a lead, and here you get the email. You can get a phone. Okay. You can get what else can you get? Again, here you have the name, like a lead info. Okay. Sometimes you can also ask questions, right? So here you can ask question. So here you can ask like qualification questions. Okay. So what they want to do, like here, it's what, why they want to do it, how much they want to invest, for example, how much they want to invest, what product they like. Technically, here you want to understand their problems. So what's their problem? So here you start getting some information, and you can also, of course, get an order. That's where it gets really interesting. So you can get an order. So here you'll get sales, and boom, that's again some money. Okay, and the best business is when you have some recurring revenues, right? So here you will have some recurring revenues, okay? And that's where it becomes really, really profitable. Okay? I can show you like some math a bit later, but this is how you can take a business and again generating millions of dollars is with those two things here. So these are like this is like what's important. I mean everything is important. It's like a chain, and but that's how you can that's how you can technically see any business in the world, online or non-online, in those four elements. Okay, so you have attract, you have engage, you have the conversion, and you have the retention. Okay, so now the question is, where do you want to start? Let's say you're starting from scratch, or let's say you want to analyze a business. So what I like to do is, of course, like I did at the beginning of the video and the stream, is I went straight here. Okay, so that's your step one. So let's get a rectangle. So this is your, okay, so that's your step one here. Okay, so you start here. You start here. This is step one. Oops, actually, I just wanted the text. So you start here. Start here. Boom. Okay, so that's where you start. There you go. So you start here. You start here. Okay, and you kind of analyze everything, but you don't want to stay here. So you start here, but the main problem that I see so many companies do is they will just turn around themselves, okay, and they will just start like analyzing the website and just staying on the website and just don't like not seeing it as an ecosystem. Okay, so here there's traffic, okay, there's things that need to happen on the website, okay, and or let's say the pages, and you need to maintain some relationship with your clients, okay, and that's how you can create like the flywheel, right, the flywheel of a very profitable business. Okay, but again you need to start here because that's your product, that's your company. So here, let's make it all right. Yes, tuk tuk tuk, there we go. So you start here and we analyze the flow. Okay, so we analyze the flow, and we try to understand like what is unlock selection. Okay, so we try to understand send to back, and now unlock this thing. How can I lock it? Boom. Okay, now I can play inside. Super, super. Okay, so the engage. Now in this series, we're starting with stock chase. Okay, and we'll do the engage first. So now let's open a new tab. Boom. So let's say these are the attract, engage. So this is, let's say, the four phases, four elements. Let's call them the four elements of a business, of any business, okay, of your company, of the business. Boom. Okay, so these are the four elements of the business. Again, we start here. So that's step one. Then So let's do numbers. So you start here. So this is one. Okay. This is your one. Your two, usually what I like to do, okay, it's you go here. Boom. So now this is your two. Okay. This is the conversion. So you can bring this thing here. So this is your number two. Okay. Which is the call to action. Okay. Which is the conversion. So this is the second thing. So you start in the engagement, then you do the call to action, then it's not here, but you go back all the way at the start, and now it's the acquisition. Okay. So here you will just go back and do take care of the acquisition. So this is the third phase, and here it's the attract or acquisition, or let's say traffic. Let's keep it simple. So that's your traffic. Okay. And from there, that's how you start generating some action. Okay. You start getting some fuel in the engine. And the last one, which is the most important one, and the this is how you can really get the leverage, is on the retention. So the retention is key here. Okay. And you want to make sure that people are happy, they're repeating their orders. Okay. So here you'll have repeat orders. You'll have dum, dum, dum. Okay. So here you will have repeat orders. Okay. So same clients or different clients. I mean, the same clients or different, like same clients, different products. So it could be uh, like product expansion, for example. You see, so they will buy another product. So buy another product. This could be this could be recurring. Okay, so every month. So this is recurring revenues. These are my favorite, by the way. Recurring revenues. So they pay bank every month per month. Okay, and that's how you can really scale the business. Okay, it's with this guy over here. So recurring revenues, again, favorite thing in business, and that's because the problem is here you'll have a cost per acquisition. Okay, and when we'll get in the metrics, so you'll see here KPIs, so key performance indicators, you will see that here there's a cost per acquisition because here you have cost and cost. Okay, and this is revenue and revenues. So here you will have let's let's do it like this. Okay. Oops. No, I don't need this thing. Okay. And here you have, okay. So now, so here you have costs. These are your costs. Okay. So here you have cost. You have cost. So this is costing you stuff. Okay. So these will be ads, right? So advertising, content. Here it will be the infrastructure, people, employees, and things like this. And here you have you'll have revenues here. So this is revenue. So here you have revenues, and here you have another revenue as well, right? So here it's revenue, and here it's repeat revenues, so more revenue. So here it's more revenues. Okay, so I mean, you can here call it like like new and active. Okay, so sometimes we can call them new and active. Okay, so like this, there you go. So you have cost and you have revenues. Okay, that's really important. So that's why you have to look at and usually in a business, okay, there's always a weak link somewhere. It's impossible to have like the one, the two, the four, the three, the four, and everything works perfectly in harmony and everything. That I've never seen it. It could exist somewhere, but I've never seen it. It's like a, let's say unicorn, right? And you could unicorn sometimes. I mean, in some places in the world they do exist in fundraising. Okay, they do exist, but it's like I'm talking here about some like a business that it's perfect everywhere. It's really rare, and usually that's the weakest link, and that this is what's blocking the growth. Okay, so you have to analyze again. You start. I like to start here right away. Then what should happen on the website? Okay, and we'll look at it analyzing this business. So the first is like what's the product? So here you'll have the product. Okay, so here the product or the service. Okay, here you'll have like the product or service. Okay, here it's again the website. Here it's people. So people. There's another way, by the way, that eventually I will also share with you. It's the business model canvas. Okay, business model canvas, and it's something like this. One second. It's something like this. Let me add the page here. I don't know if you're able to see this. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Okay, so that's another way to also see that. Okay, I don't want to like overcomplicate it. That's I will leave it for another video, but this is a very powerful tool as well. Okay, and like value proposition, it's this part over here. Okay, so your value prop. So let's call it here your value prop, value proposition. Okay, it's basically what you offer to to people, right? So what's your value prop? And there's a way to connect those two concepts, but at the moment, let's keep it simple. Okay, so this is what you're offering, and technically, to get money from people, technically, what you need, you can. There's three concepts. Okay, it's first is you save money, so save money. So when you tell people, okay, I'll help you save money, they will say how. Okay, they will say, I'm interested. Okay, usually they will be. That's why now everyone that is doing AI stuff and everything, they will say, okay, I'll be able to make you save money and stuff. Okay, so the second is, I don't know what's happening here. Let's do it that way. Okay, the second, there you go. It's make money, make money, make more money. So the first one is you. Let's say your value proposition, your business. You talk with people and you will tell them, uh, I will help you save money. Okay, and this works by the way. So the save money, in my opinion, you should start there because people are interested to save money. Like everyone is interested to save money. No one like to burn money, right? So unless you're like an old, I will not get into why you would like to burn money, but this is another again. That's another. Let's leave that for another video. But it's like people like to save money. Uh, People eventually after that, once you establish the trust with your customers, so I'll make you save money. Now you have the trust. They trust you. They know you and everything. Now you can go into I'll help you make money. Because if you go too quickly in the making money pitch, okay, they will not trust you. They will say it's bullshit. I don't believe you. It's a scam. Na, 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 na. Who are you? Blah 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 blah. So that's why it's much better to start with I'll help you save money, and then you can help them make money after when the again unless you want to just take the toughest path, which is like you go straight and you let's say you promise more money to people. It's feasible. It's just a bit more complex and it takes a bit more convincing and more social proof and more experience and it is a tougher pitch to versus like save money. Okay, then the second one is make money, and then the last one is like have fun, right? So people will pay money to have fun, so it's like entertainment, which is like different, right? So for example, let's say Netflix and other entertainment, like let's say tourism and hospitality. So this is like more the have fun though. So people are spending money, but it's in exchange for fun. So what you want to do is technically understand the problem of your traffic, okay, your clients. So these are your clients. Clients are coming towards you. and you have to understand their problems. So and sometimes I'm talking with so many founders, and every time they will just be stuck here, and they will just say, my business, my business, my business, blah 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 blah. So they will just talk about themselves, and my solution is amazing, and I'm so smart and stuff. But it's like you don't want to talk only about your value proposition. What you want to discuss is the problem, like your client's problem. Okay, and here it's your client's problem, and it's more than problem, is pain. Okay, so here it's you can go all the way to like their pain. They have to be in pain to pay you money. Okay, no one will give you money if they're not in pain. Again, depend, like even you can argue that like have fun sometimes. It's not like a pain, but it's like there's like some sort of a, like, people could be bored. They just want to travel, they want to explore the world, they're just curious, and they like, it's not really a problem, but it's when you're talking about the other way of, let's say, doing business, is you need a customer to be in pain, a real pain, not just like he's uncomfortable with something. He needs to be very in pain, so you can kind of, and he will be able to pay for you to solve the problem. So it's like he has a problem, and and he has to know that he has a problem. Okay, it's not just like he's not aware of the problem. So he has the problem, and he want to solve the problem. Okay, so like, so here there's like, the client knows, and here I'll be like, I'll just use the he, to not say he, she, and stuff. So it's like, it's just like I will just use the he as a client. It's just, it will be a bit easier, and but it's like the client. Okay, so the client here problem he has to be aware. So the client is aware. The client the client is aware of the problem, of the problem. Okay, and the client wants wants to solve the problem. Then the client has the money has the money to solve the problem. Okay, then one second. Then the client, there you go. The client, the client. Actually, here it's more the prospect, right? So here, let's say client is not even a client yet. It's more like the prospect, but you got my point. So the client, the future client, uh, like wants to work with you to solve his problem. So you have to check so many things to be able to get the transaction done, right? So you have the client wants to work with you to solve his problem. Okay, so you have to be the expert. Okay, work with you, has the money, he wants to solve it. So some people, they kind of like don't care of the problem, or they're not aware. So is aware, wants to solve the problem, has the money. The client wants to work with you to solve his problem, and the client, we're not over yet. So the client also wants to solve it now. Okay. So you have to, these are like, let's say, a checklist, right? So you have to check all those lists. And let's add just one last one, just for fun. It's not for fun, but it's for reality. So the client is easy to work with. Okay. So it will not be very painful to work with this kind of client, because uh, it could be sometimes very challenging, right? Especially if you're selling a service and even a product. So people can complain, and they can hurt your reputation, because if you don't have that, they can hurt your reputation, right? So they will go on Google Maps, they will go on Google reviews, they will go on Trustpilot, they will go on other websites, and they will just start saying the relationship is bad. And again, the product has to be good though, and the relationship has to be strong, and you have to work with the right people. Okay, so here sometimes we call it the ICP. Okay, so we call this the Let me get text somewhere. Boom. So here we call it the ICP, which is drum roll, ideal client profile. Okay. And so the ideal client profile is usually a checklist. Okay. So you can just have a checklist here, like, and here it could be uh, like the geo, okay, the country where, like, where are they located. So it could be USA, could be UK, could be Asia, right? Could be whatever, right? So here it could be other country, Australia, okay. You have Brazil, okay. And again, these are like, let's say, regions, okay. So here it could be France, like whatever, okay. So it could be other countries, like other countries. Give me Mexico, why not? Okay, so let's say these could be the countries. So here it's geos, okay. Then it could be also, let's say, number of employees. So number of employees. This is if you going in a B2B, in a B2B. This is another concept that is important. Another, like, if you're going in a B2B world, okay, so you have to B2B and you have B2C. So B2C, B2C, and B2B. Okay. So here it's business to business. Okay. So here you have it's business. So you're a business. Okay. Even if you're a solo entrepreneur, I mean, you're a business. Okay. You're not a customer. It's not like, I mean, this is, let's not get into that, but it's, you're a business even if you're working alone, and even if you're a solo entrepreneur, you're a business. So business to business. Okay. And you have also, can I do this? 1 second. Can I do this? Boom. Yes. Perfect. So you have business to business. Boom. And you also have business to consumer. Okay. So here it's business to consumer, customer. Okay. Business to customer or customer. Business to B2C. Is it customer or to consumer? Oh, so business to consumer. You can be fancy if you want to be fancy. Let's get fancy. So you can also have business B2G, and here you have B2G, and now it's business to government. Okay, so government, like this. Yes. So it's business to government. Yeah, and sometimes you'll hear some people that really want to, like, if you want to sound like very professional and stuff, you can also do business to B2B2C. There you go. Sounds nice. It sounds like we're going somewhere. So business to consumer. So business to consumer. Boom. So now it's like, yeah, this is cool. Okay, so B2B, B2B2C. So we're selling to business that are selling to consumer. Okay, but at the end of the day, you're selling to someone. Okay, but what's interesting, and here you really have to have like an important distinction. You are always selling to people. Okay, so not people. Business to people. It's not business to business. It's people to people. Yeah, but it's like, okay, you're selling to a person, right? To a person, to people. So to a person, and sometimes it's people, like many people, many people, many person. Yeah, a lot of person becomes people. So here, selling to a person or to people. Okay, and so when you're in B2C model, you're selling to one guy or one woman or one person. Okay, so you are selling to an individual. which is the individual is paying. Okay, and that's the major distinction that you have to make here. So when you're selling to a consumer, so they are technically like the consumer is paying. So the individual here, the person, so the individual is paying. So the person is paying. That's the major, let's say, distinction that you have to make. It's That's why sometimes it can get a bit tricky. Is you have business to business, okay? You have business to consumer, and that's why this one, let's remove it at all. This it's like it's an alien, okay? So we'll just put it here somewhere far. This you'll hear it a bit more often. So B2B to C, you'll hear it, and it's like it's a real thing, right? So B2G is like it's the exception, and it's like very rare that like it could happen, but it's really the exception. So it's really B2C or B2B, okay, or B2B to C. So you have B2B and you have B2C. So here you're selling to an individual, and then you will sell to a business after, okay? And so when you're selling to a business, the main distinction here is the business is paying. So the business is paying, meaning you can charge more, you can charge a lot more, and it's less emotional, okay? So when but you're always selling to a person or to a group of people, okay? So here you can charge a bit more. Here it's like sometimes it's very emotional, okay? And here the price is important. The price is extremely important. Usually, it's usually like because you're taking money from their pocket, okay, which is a bit um, specific, right? And it's very sensitive. So you are taking money from their pocket, right? So which is equal emotional, high emotion, high emotion involve, high emotion involve, involve like this. Yeah, should be like this. So you're taking money from the person's pocket. Okay, you're always selling to someone, so you're always selling to that person. It's just that it is. Let's have a bit more space here. So you're selling to someone and they're becoming very emotional. Okay. So you're taking money from their pocket and high emotion involved. So they will ask for discounts. Okay. So they will ask very often for discount. They will takes time. I mean, actually, no, it doesn't take time. It's more B2B that takes more time. So here it's quick though. So this is quick. Okay. So here it's quick sell. Let's add a bit more stuff here. So quick sell. Then you have, but it's like a direct relationship. So you are talking to the person that is paying. Okay. So meaning sometimes it's happening here. It's okay. So sometimes you'll discuss business, sometimes you'll discuss business, and sometimes you'll discuss payment, right? Sometimes you'll discuss business and sometimes you'll discuss payment. And it's weird, like you're always trying to time it the right moment for sending your invoice. Okay, so sending the invoice, like invoice timing. Okay, so you have to a bit be careful with the like you don't want to just send invoice and not talking to the person, because again the person is very involved in this relationship. Okay, so about this is when it's business to consumer, the individual is paying. When it's business to business, now it's a different game. Okay. So when it's business to business, it's a whole different game. Let's put it there. There we go. So business to business takes more time. Okay. So the sales cycle, it's will take a bit more time. Okay. So here it takes, let's have a bit more room. Let's make it even bigger. Let's go crazy. Boom. Let's go. Let me just, can I group stuff? I think so. Boom. Yeah, that's a group now. Okay. Okay. Let's go step by step. We have time. We have all the time in the world. So, okay. Boom. Revenues. Revenues, more revenues. Let's put it there. Let's discuss the basics now. Okay. We'll get we'll get at the to the bottom of this. Okay. So there you go. B2G. Let's put it somewhere far here. Okay. Business to business now. So business to business. So the business is paying. Oh, now you can charge more. You can charge a lot more. So here you can charge a lot more. Okay. A lot more. A lot more. Okay. And that's what's interesting. That's the main advantage. So the main advantage is making, I would say making more money. You have to be careful because sometimes B2C can make also a lot of money. But I would say, let's say you're starting off and you don't have anything and you're just starting. And I've seen it again on with so many different founders. It's they will jump right into B2C models. Okay, so they will go right into B2C models and they will just, because we're used to Facebook and we're used to YouTube and we're used to Netflix and that's what we see everywhere. So we are seeing a lot of B2C businesses. Okay, so when a founder wants to go and launch a project, he will naturally gravitate towards the B2C model. Okay, so he will just start building. Okay, and he will go on Cloud, ChatGPT, Base 44, other different tools. He will start building his platform. He will start building the business, and it takes time. And for a B2C model to work, your system has to be amazing. Either your system has to be amazing or you have a huge reach. So if you have a huge reach, like on Instagram, Facebook stuff, and you have like, I'm talking like tens of thousands, if it's not hundreds of thousands of people, if you have millions, it's even better. So if you have this kind of traffic and now you need a system in place, okay, so you have a system, you have a conversion, so has to be very strong. So if you have a strong system in place and you have a lot of traffic, now maybe yes, you can go into B2C. Okay, but before getting there, or let's say you're viral, let's say you're able to create something that is viral and it's amazing, and so yes, B2C can, like, you'll be able to make good money with it if you have, again, if you have a reach and you have a system in place that for capturing sales. So here, you remember we said that here you can get orders. So but you should not talk to, like, you cannot afford to discuss too much with the customers, because again, B2C, they will pay you small amounts, okay, unless it's high ticket. And yeah, it's and if it's, let's say, you, unless you want to sell, let's say, in like a product and it's like $3,000, $6,000, and you're selling it to people, but again, that will be very emotional. You'll have a lot of people saying no, but you still have, like, to, now you can talk to them. If it's in the thousands, you can talk to them. But a B2B model, okay, a B2B model, a business to business model, so the business is paying now. It's not the individual. And here, what you can do is you can sell. And now the way that to approach that is the number of employees. Number of employees. Okay. And that the business has. Usually, or I mean, you can go on revenues, and that's why in here, number of employees. So here it could be like zero. Let's say you're talking to someone. So this is like, okay, this is B2C. B2C. Now, if you have one to, let's say, I would say one to three, one to five. So this is like it's almost a B2C as well. So it's like a startup. It's a project. It's not even a startup. Like in a startup world, you also have like different phases. So what happened here? One to five. It's a startup. Startup. Sorry, it's a project. Okay. So two, that's a project. Here, let's say you get money, you have money, so you have funded startup. Like the other concept as well is you have project levels. Let's say the levels of projects. You have a project, like the idea. So you have a project, okay, which is the idea, which is whatever. Sometimes you'll find people with a prototype. So okay, prototype. Then you have the initial is starving startup. Starving startup. So no money, no money, no money, just expenses. So here just expenses. So no money, just expenses. That's the starving startup. Then you have the funded startup. Funded startup. Okay. And here it could be VC funded startup. So let's call it like venture capital. So VC is venture capital. Okay. So VC, when you sometimes you hear VC is venture capital, it's people paying like buying a piece of the startup, right? Usually what's and here you have let's say zero revenue, like and an interesting way to say we don't have revenue that startups will use is they will say pre-revenue. So we are pre-revenue, which is more sexy than we don't have money. So if it's like if you wanna let's say discuss with investors, you say we're pre-revenue. Okay. If you discuss with your family, they will laugh at you. But if you discuss with investors, you tell them we are pre-revenue, they will understand what you mean. And sometimes some VCs will look for companies with pre-revenue, okay, that you didn't like, especially in this AI frenzy now that everyone is going crazy. So it's okay to be pre-revenue. Let's say you have like something insane that you're building on, and you have a great background, and you have a strong team. And again, I'll keep that subject, everything related to VC and fundraising, to another for another stream, another video. Okay, but I just want to give you here the levels of different companies that have like the different levels. Okay, so here let's add one in between. Okay, and here it's bootstrapped. So bootstrapping or bootstrap startup, and here some revenues. Usually they have revenue, but no profits, no profits. Okay, so that's here. Here, let's say then when you start having this is let's say optional. Here it could be let's say optional step or not optional, or it has to be like so I know many founders that they don't want to even raise funds, right? They say I don't want to be close to investors. I don't want investors. And it's I mean it becomes a lifestyle business. Okay, so there's another concept as well, which is lifestyle business and funded business, right? So VC funded startups or just like a profitable startup. And here, when you graduate from startup, when you start making profits, so when you have profits, that equal scale up, scale up. So now you're scale up. Congratulations. So you went from startup to scale up, scale up. Okay, so now you can say we're scaling. This is cool. Okay, like that becomes really fun. I mean, everything is fun, but it's like this is really. Let's put it. Whoa, not all of it. Oh, what happened? There you go. Can I just do this one? This guy in green, better green, more green, less green. There you go. Profits. Path. Okay, so here it's a scale up, and now you are a scale up. Okay, and after scale up, I mean that's it. You're a growing business, right? So let's say growing business, profitable, and now you have like hundreds of employees, hundred like two, like I said, in the hundreds, right? So 100, 200, 300 employees. Okay. So when you're going after businesses, you have to know here in the ideal client profile. Remember? So when you're going after businesses, you have to kind of know where they're at. Is it like zero, just the idea? Hey, I have an idea. I have a dream. You see, this kind of pitch. I have a dream or an idea or a vision or something, and we'll make billions. So this is okay. This is idea one, level one, right? They have something. So there's a startup. So they have some clients, no money, just expand. And sometimes people they don't even have clients. Like just get clients. So do they have a client? So sometimes I would like, do you have anyone using, not even paying, just or do you have any clients? So clients, do they have clients? How would you say that? Have clients, have clients, or have users. So first step is like having users, having users. So this is like free users, free users. Do you have users? Yeah, we have five. Okay, it's not very exciting. If you have a lot more, this is like okay, now it becomes interesting. You have clients, so paying clients. Do you have paying clients? And sometimes people will start having paying clients. They will pay them like $40 a month or $30 a month, and they will get complained and like it will be hard and it will be exhausting. And I go back to this guy over here, which is the client is easy to work with. So, and by the way, eventually the best is having a client becoming an ambassador of your product. So, like your client are becoming ambassadors. That's how we write it. I think so. Of your product and company, and they start referring you other clients, right? So when they become ambassadors, yes, of your client, I mean your company, yeah, of you and your company and your product and company, and they are referring you clients. Okay, so all of that is in the traffic, and you have to know like your market. So you have to know the market, and these are like the question: is it B2B? Is it B2C? Your ideal client profile. Let's make this guy a bit bigger. Boom. Okay. So you have to ideal client profile. There you go. These are the levels. So B2B or B2C. Okay. And that's how you can like number of employees. Okay. So here like the geo number of employees, and like here, let's say sometimes you'll have segment of the market. So what do they do? Are they in food? Let's say here food and retail, food and retail. Are they like who are you targeting? Are you targeting restaurants, for example? Restaurants? Are you targeting hospitals, whatever? Are you targeting lawyers? Lawyers. Are you targeting, I don't know, like school teacher or so, you see, or parents. Let's say you're targeting parents. So these are like segment of the market, right? Market segment. Okay. So this is everything that you have to know when you are thinking about who I want to attract. Okay. Like who's my market. So here technically is like the market here. So oops. So this is your market. Market. Okay. So this is your market. Can I go even bigger? 300. Boom. So that's your market. Okay. Uh, and here, this is your product. This is your product. This is your market. This is your product. Product. A term that that you will hear very often that is extremely important as well is in the world of fundraising and startups and everything is product market fit. Okay. Oops, what just happened here? So here you have your product, and here let's make them a bit smaller. Okay. And now you'll have a product market fit. Okay. So you'll hear this is an extremely important concept. Let's say you want to raise money, because sometimes investors they will ask you that. They will ask, have you achieved product market fit? Okay. If you want to make it even more like there's a term that is called TLP. TL. Sometimes you'll hear that TLW. So if someone starts saying like PMF, I mean PMT. Have you achieved PMT? What is PMT? Product market fit. Okay, just say product market fit. Don't say PMT. So what you can reply to someone that is using a lot of acronyms, you say, "Oh yeah, but have you heard about TLW?" TLW. So they say, "What the heck is that?" TLW doesn't really exist. So this is three-letter, sorry, three-letter words. Okay. So you tell him, yeah, I prefer TLW, which is three. Like, I don't like TLW. What's TLW? Three-letter words. But anyways, product market fit. Product market fit is a very important concept, and you have to achieve it. And that goes back to the other concept, which is a bit more sophisticated, which is value prop. Okay, so here you have to make sure that you have product market fit. Let me show you like an image, and I think it's important. So product market fit is you're able product market fit uh, your product market demand. There you go. This is a nice image. So here, boom, let's put it there. Product market fit. The overlap between your product and the market demand is your opportunity. Okay. So your product and market demand. So you have to understand the market demand. That's why like I was digging very deep into like the market, because you really have to understand like their again their pain, their gain, their like here you really have to understand, okay, who are you targeting? So which segments are you targeting? Segments of the market. And here you have to understand their pains. Okay, what are their pains and their problems? We go back to problems. Okay, the client wants to solve a problem. Okay, the client has the money to solve a problem. After that, this is sales here. When you get into this step, this becomes sales. Okay, here it's okay, they're aware. If they're not aware, but it's the right client, you kind of like tell them about it. But it's better to find people that are already aware of the problem. If the client wants to solve the problem, it's here that's where you start doing advertising. Wants to solve the problem, so you have Google Ads, for example. Okay, and we'll get into like how to set up a Google ad campaign and how to find those people. Okay, so the client is aware of the problem. Okay, and he has the money to solve. So here it's in the qualification. So here you'll do the qualification, qual qualification. Okay, so you qualify them here. What we discuss. Okay, so is it like where they at their level, company level? Okay, so this is levels, like company level. Okay, client level or company level, whatever. So here you do your qualification. Here, this is the sales. This in this step, you have to do the sales. So sales The client wants to solve it now. Again, sales, and here after that is customer success. Here it's customer success. Customer success. Okay. Give me a few minutes. I'll just be right back. Okay. I'll be right back. Just give me a few minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm back. One, two, one, two. Testing. All right. We were where we were. Where were we? Where were we? Okay. So, what did we discuss so far? We discussed a couple of things. So we discussed. Let's make some housekeeping here. So we have the traffic. You know what? Let's do another page. Boom. And here four element. Just four element of the business. You know what? Let's refresh. Boom. Simple view. Okay. Let's do some cleanup here. Okay. Just so I'll have a simple view. This I need it. I need this as the market, as the product. There you go. Okay. Come back here. There you go. Start here. Traffic. Call to action. Retention. Revenues. More revenue. That's the market. And this is the company. Okay, but we don't need it. We'll keep it on the other side. There you go. Let's do a bit of. There you go. Okay. There you go. So now we're starting here again. Okay. So we start here. Once you want to analyze a business, you start with the engage part. Second is we will dig into the website, try to understand. We'll do the flow, the menu, we'll design everything. Then we'll see what's happening in terms of the call to action. So while we are analyzing the business, we'll go here and see what is the call to action. What are the best call to action? How are we like getting emails? How are we getting maybe phone, the lead information, sales orders, and we will just draw the flow. We'll visualize it actually. Okay. So this is second. Then we will then actually it's not here. It will be the traffic. Okay, so we'll analyze the traffic, like stock chase traffic in this case. So how are they getting traffic? uh, like on the organic. So there's organic, there's paid media, there's social ads, there's Google ads, could be Bing, Yahoo ads stuff, right? So we will look at all of this, and eventually we can also like share the metrics and how much are we paying, what are the keywords, everything that is happening in this element of the business. And after that, repeat orders. Okay, so how do we make clients come back? How can they buy other product? How we can cross sell, upsell, okay? How we can like keep recurring revenues, okay? And it's that's again, this is how we can make more revenues, okay? So we will start here. We will start in the engage part, okay? Let's look at the other everything that I did here. So let's do some housekeeping as well, but I want to keep because maybe I will come back and refer to it. Okay. So product market fit. I don't think we need this. That's the product. These are revenue. Boom, boom. Okay, revenue. No, actually, this is cost. Start here. This I will just delete this joke. Okay, you don't need it. So product market fit. That's an important concept. Concept. I'll keep it. There you go. Product market fit. There you go. Range. Send to back. Send to top. I mean. Okay. So we start here. We discuss about this. Now let's discuss about the engage part. Now we're getting into the engage part. Okay. So we engage and then again, call to action. Okay. How are we getting conversions? So in this case, it's stock chase. So let's do this is stock chase analysis. Stock chase. So stock chase, I know the owner and we discuss and he agreed that we do that completely publicly. Okay. So we will discuss about the business. So let's take here a logo. Boom. We started stock chase road to millions of dollars. Okay. So what does stock chase do? Okay. So here, give me 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. 1 second. I'm just doing some housekeeping. No. Okay. Tum, tum, tum. Bookmark. 1 second. Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. What does stock chase do? Boom. So StockChase is an investment research platform that aggregates organized professional stocks, opinions, portfolio managers, analyst, expert. Instead of giving its own buy or sell recommendation, it collects what expert, TV, financial, media, and other trusted source, making easy for investors to compare viewpoints. Okay, so you can visit here. So again, thank you, ChatGPT. We will add it here. So boom, that's what StockChase do. Okay, so StockChase is an investment. Again, we have the description here. Let's make it a bit bigger. There you go. So it's an investment research platform. Okay, so it's an investment research platform that aggregates organized professional stocks opinion, so stocks opinion from portfolio managers, and that looks pretty interesting, and market experts. Boom. Instead of giving its own buy or sell recommendation, it collects what experts say on TV. So it collects what experts say on TV. So it collects what expert says. Boom. And say on TV, on financial media, on other trusted source. Okay. Could be interesting to know what are the other source. What are they? And again, that's the problem that it solves. So okay, now we kind of understand the segment and the problem. So make it easy for investors to compare viewpoints. Interesting. So it makes it easy for investors to compare a viewpoint. Let's go back here. So its main feature, now we have the features. Expert opinion database. Search Apple, Nvidia, okay. Segment tracking. This is interesting actually. Segment tracking. Sentiment, sorry. Sentiment tracking. Expert ranking. So they're ranking expert. This is good. Watch list and alerts. Daily topics. Okay. Now there's a free access to limited stock opinions and there's a premium subscription. Okay, and it's pretty affordable. So it is a B2C. So definitely we know now it's a B2C. And how different platform, these are the competitors. This is very, very important. So let's take the competitors here. Okay, sticky note table. No, that looks weird. Let's put it as yeah, platform. How differ from other platform? What happen if I do it like this? And no, doesn't work. Hmm. Okay. How can I copy this? No, it's not working. One second. How differ from other platform? Let's do this again. See if it comes. Sticky note, flowchart, plain text. There you go. Okay, that works. Okay, that's good. So let's make a bit more spaces here. Tuck, 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 tuck. Seeking alpha. Okay, so we have seeking alpha. These are articles. Tips, ranking, coffin, coffin, coifin, coifin. Looks like coffin. I don't know. Whatever. Coifin. Sorry if the coifin guys will be looking at this video. Koifin. Okay, and Yahoo Finance, of course, Yahoo Finance is very well known. So primary focus. There you go. There's six to watch. Okay, so stock chase seeking alpha. So seeking alpha. Ooh, there's others that are okay. I didn't get into this, but eventually we'll be looking at also Google Ads. So when you see sponsored results, these are Google Ads, and once, like for example, here you have Alpha Sense, which is a market intelligence investment analysis platform. Alpha Sense, always on AI, blah blah blah. So here, if you open it, trial request, boom, you see. So that's the landing page now. So now you understand we're going from like this is the engagement, and here it's they are capturing the information. Remember? So here, business email. Now, okay, because it's business, now we know that it's B2B, right? So here we're talking about the B2B model because it's a business to business. So that's why this company is. asking for a business email because sometimes Gmail, Yahoo, Mail, and all of these are very low quality leads. So that's why by business email, sometimes they are forcing it. Then no credit card required, access to premium content. Here you have phone, role, country, get started for free. Okay, so this is that's the call to action for Alpha Sense. And as you can see here, there's a lot of things in the URL, so you can gain some knowledge here, like some things. So, for example, trial request. Let's put it somewhere here so we can analyze it. So stock chase, boom. Let's analyze here what they do. See, so UTM source Google, okay. PPC, it's pay per click. If you remember, three-letter word. Okay, TLW, you have to know them. So research platform, investment analysis platform, UTM content. You see, so these are stuff, by the way, that we'll get into this as well. But these are stuff that Google Analytics. Once you have Google Analytics installed, or other analytics here, definitely it's other analytics. It's not just Google Analytics because there's way more than what Google Analytics can read. But here you have, I mean, Google Analytics can read a lot of things actually. You can add stuff in tracking parameters and get all this intelligence. You see, so that's why the URL are so long and so huge because it's tracking stuff, right? So it is tracking stuff. And here you can see, okay, it's Google, of course. It's this is PPC. PPC is when we'll get back to the traffic. Where's the traffic? So when we'll get back to the traffic here, you have PPC. So PPC is pay per click. Okay. So you have PPC, you have SEO, you have many things that you can say and sound very professional. So pay per click. So this is the traffic, how you can get traffic. You have another way is SEO, SEO, which is search engine opti optimization. There you go. Boom. So you have pay per click and you have SEO. Boom. There you go. If we go back here, okay. So again, that's their landing page. It's not bad. It's okay. I would have changed a few things here though, because these are exit doors, right? So if I click here, I'll go to the homepage. That's okay. That's user experience, so that's fine. There's like it's way too long. I mean, sometimes people will say it's long. It's fine. Here, there's a lot of links, so all of these will be exit doors as well. Pa, 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 pa. You can just exit from everywhere. You can go on YouTube. Once you're on YouTube, that's it. You're gone. LinkedIn, X. You see, so I would just remove this footer. It could have been just removed completely. You don't need it. I would have added another form all the way down as well. So get AI. So here you can finish with another form. Don't just because people, not everyone, but at 40%. 40% of people will be scrolling down. And so if they're there, again, they can click here somewhere. They can read about the website. But if you send, because this comes from, I'll tell you why I'm very picky here, because it comes from a pay per click, okay, PPC. So sponsored result, it means, again, seeking alpha, which I was looking for another brand, another company, seeking alpha. But Alpha Sense is technically bidding on seeking alpha keyword, right? So you can bid on your competitors, okay? And you're allowed to bid on your competitors. Now, what they can do, they can just like ask Google to stop, and they can stop bidding on the. But since people are clicking here, and I clicked, so we were able to see the landing page. Sorry, Alpha Sense, but you'll have to pay a few maybe dollars because I clicked on your link. So you're paying for this traffic and you want to make sure that you're not losing anything. You don't have any leaks, right? So you want to make sure that You're capturing it's sometimes we will call it a squeeze page, right? So you want to squeeze a bit as much juice as you can. So it's so you're not losing money, right? So again, I mean that's a huge company. Alpha Sense, like how much do they make? Let's look at it real quick. Alpha Sense revenues definitely is like I don't think it's anywhere here. I don't think it's like, or is it? Most probably it's like seven or like even eight. An institution. You can add another one here, by the way. It's in institution or large organization, right? So you can have also like let's say a bank or stuff like this, or like a huge hedge fund or asset manager, right? So here you'll have large org organization. You have a large organization. Okay, so boom. That's how you can. That's how. That's how you can. Most probably it's a large organization, right? And you have institution. But what I wanted to do is look at AlphaSense revenues, annual revenues, annual revenues, and add revenues to the table you provided me above, comparing other websites to our friend StockJays. Boom. Hmm. So it is not a starving startup, of course. AlphaSense has grown into one of the largest AI-powered market intelligence platforms. The company is announced to surpass half a billion in annual recurring revenue. So remember when we discussed recurring revenue in the more money phase. So here in the more money phase, we were here, tick more money. We said recurring revenues, cash, cash, cash per month. So a couple of terms that you will you need to learn is here they're talking ARR. Okay, actually maybe I should put back my TLW. Ah, what's happening here? Why it's not working? There we go. ARR, annual recurring revenues. Annual recurring revenues. You'll have also MRR, which is drum roll, pum pum pum. Who can guess? Monthly recurring revenues. MRR, ARR, MRR, ARR. And again, those investors, they will use it a lot. What's your ARR? What's your MRR? What's your ARR? What's your MRR? So that's why here our Chat GPT output, they just gave us the ARR, right? So half a billion in annual recurring revenue, which is pretty cool, pretty impressive. And that's how you get to the valuation, right? So let's look at the valuation. So let's say they have 600 million ARR and a first quarter that after the latest funding round at 5.6 billion valuation, 5 cents point 7.5, sorry, 7.5 billion valuation. Okay, and let's do a quick math. So the way that you do that is you take this guy, okay, very small here. Let's make it bigger. Boom. So 600 million, and here it's this divided by that. So the way is you do this divided by, where is it? By this. Show you in a sec. Yeah, there you go. So I have it here. So it's 12.5 multiple. So this is a multiple. Okay. So here it's, let's put it here somewhere. So they have a multiple of 12. So they said that the investors invested with a multiple of 12, 12x, 12.5x multiple, multiple. So that's how you raise when you raise. Again, that's let's keep that for another video. But when you raise 600 million at 7.5 billion in valuation, it's 12. That means they paid 12.5 times multiple of revenues, in this case ARR. And so what they do here is they buy the future, right? So they say it will grow, and it will grow faster, and because we have systems in place, we're smart, we have great market, we have those machines working very very well, and that's why they're able to get this kind of valuation. Now let's go back to our analysis here. So again, annual revenue, stock chase. So stock chase is the company that we will bring and start competing against those guys. So here we have stock chase, we have alpha sense again, we have the seeking alpha. So seeking alpha is estimated, it's 100 million, 200 million estimated revenue. There's Koifin, which is 20, 40, and Yahoo Finance. But Yahoo, like I mean Yahoo Finance, Alpha Sense. Okay, let's keep this prompt somewhere. So we'll keep it handy if ever we need it again. Copy link. Now we have it here. Let's put it there for our prompt. There we go. Okay. So here, let's go back. So scale comparison. The big guy is AlphaSense, you see? So relative to stock chase, 100 times, 200 times larger. Seeking alpha, it's 20, 50 times larger. Tip ranks is 10 to 25%. Sorry, X, not percent. So it's 100x or 200x larger. Seeking alpha 20, 50x. Tip ranks 10, 25, and Koifin. And this is the baseline. That's our baseline. So these are all very important information that will keep, and we will start building our audit of the business, right? So competitive intelligence. Here you can say competitive intelligence. So we're starting to do competitive intelligence. We can also see how they're getting traffic. So for example, our big guy here, AlphaSense, we know that they do Google Ads, and they are bidding on investment analysis. Oops, without this is a space, by the way. That's another. That's in the code platform. Mhm. So we'll be able to also, oops, get some intelligence here. And I'll by the way, I'll be also using tools to see their, like, how do they bid, okay? Like all the keywords that they're using. So here, this is just a space. The percentage 20 means a space in URL language, okay? URL, another TLW. So URL is just the address, okay? This is a URL, okay? So investment analysis platform, boom, the alpha set. And they're also bidding, of course, on Seeking Alpha. So they're bidding on Seeking Alpha as well. Actually, you know what? No, I discovered something. So they're bidding at the research platform. It's so funny. So they're bidding on Seeking Alpha, but their tracking is not optimal. It's not well done because research platform. We can even know like the name of their search research platform. Search research platform. Okay, so they have a search. So you can kind of like this is please don't tell them that we're doing that, but we're allowed. I mean, it's kind of public information. We're just reverse engineering what they're doing here. So we kind of know like, okay, this is EMA is what is this EMA? Research platform EMA. Let's look at it. EMA, boom. Meaning Europe, Middle East, Africa, Europe. Yeah, I'm in Europe at the moment, so that's why. So that's why it's tagged Europe and Middle East. Hmm. So they have it in one campaign, and they have research platform. So they come research platform, the term investment. So it is in the kind of the right campaign, but it's not really the right keyword because it's investment analysis platform, the term. And I search, I Google seeking alpha. So now what could happen? There's two things. Either their tracking is not set up properly, or it's Google that is bringing up, and they call it like close variant. So close variant is what Google calls it, and it's not exactly the search; it's close enough, and so they will show the ad. So they will show the ad, and boom, you click on it. These are interesting, so we can also analyze it here. So this is the organic. So you see high sponsor result. Is that oh, that's a sponsor result as well. Okay, hide sponsor result. If you do this, okay, seeking alpha. So actually, that's a sponsor result as well. Okay, they don't put ads anymore. So they changed something. So Google changed something because before it was possible to see ad. Now it's not possible anymore. So before it was like showing ad. What happened if you click here? My ad center. Why are you seeing this ad? Sends feedback. Okay, and these are site links. Okay, so we will have again, we'll have more videos around everything related to Google Ads, but this is really just site links, and you can see the description, and that's also an ad. So Seeking Alpha is buying themselves, is buying their own keyword, their own brand name, and that you can do that. The only problem here that I see is they're not first. So they're not first. Usually you do that to secure the first position, but now the first position is taken from another company, and they are bidding higher than them, which is not cool. Let's, I mean, this is business, right? It's like business is business, but at the same time, either they pay more or they can just tell Google about it and they can also regain their first position. So that's two ways of doing it. Either you pay or you complain and you regain your position. And now you'll have two, right? Because you'll have the first and you have the second. And and yeah, and here, as you can see, these are also site links. But since Alpha Sense is in first position, it takes much more space. You see, like look at the space that it takes. The difference between the first one and the second one. So let's do even more. Boom. So here you have. Let's take a screenshot. Okay. So look the difference in. We call that. Sorry. No, that's not how we call it. We called it search engine result. That's a mouthful. Real estate. Okay. So search engine, and I missed a couple of words here. Search engine result page real estate. Yo, that's really good. That's powerful. So search engine result, yeah, search engine result page. That's that's this. So this is the search engine result page. Okay, so you're in a result here. So that's the page, and and real estate is like you take space, right? So here it's like you take space on the page. And if you're on the first position, so here, if you're on the first position, so those guys, these are ads here. So that's an ad. What's happening? So that's an ad. Let's put this color. Whoa. Okay, let's do this. That's an ad here. Whoa, this is good. Okay, so that's an ad. That's another one. That's another ad. And you see the difference, right? You see the difference in real estate. So the first one here, it's in first position. So first position takes much more real estate on the page. Okay. And that's what Google do. That's what Google does. Do does. Well, that's what Google does for you to pay more. Okay, so here, first position takes much more real estate than the second, and this is second position. The first position, the first ad position takes more real estate than uh, than the second ad. You see, so here it's them, like it's seeking alpha. So the user wants seeking alpha, but like Alpha Sense is paying a bit more than seeking alpha. So that's why Alpha Sense has much more real estate. Like how much more? Let's do the math. So do the math here. So one, two, three, almost three and a half, almost three and a half. Like definitely 3x, 3x and more, 3x plus. 3x plus. So triple the space. Boom, boom, boom. Triple the space. And this is organic here. So that's your organic. Oops. This is your organic result now. That's your organic result. And I'll show you something that is like, oh, let's put it blue here. Not this one. Okay. So these are ads and ads. Add one, add two, and this is organic one. And now you go back to SEO. So this is PPC, SEO. Okay. So here you have this is PPC, and this is PPC, and this is SEO. Yeah. See what I mean? So something like this. Tack, tack, tack. Okay. You see, so add one, add two, an organic one. And now what I want to show you is, let's go back on the page. So this is 100%. I was like zooming out. So this is like 80%, 70%. So this is let's say correct the correct resolution. So now I'm 100%. I'm 100% on my screen. Okay. Do you notice something? I'm 100% on my screen. It's just ads. So 100%. I'm not even seeing the organic. The organic is here. So it's just ads. So add one, add two. So if we go back here, so this we call it another important concept. This one we call it here. Okay, this is the fold. We call that the fold. This is the fold. This you call it the fold. Okay, so this is the fold and the screen fold or whatever. So here you have above the fold, and here you have below Easy, huh? Below the fold. So you have above the fold and you have below the fold. And all your important information has to be above the fold, of course. Because here the scrolling will be 60%. Usually this is a rule of thumb. So 60%, a bit more, will just look will just see this and they will just do something here. And your 40% of the traffic will be here. 40% of people. So less than half of the user will be seeing this. So that means, and of course Google knows about it. So that means many people are clicking on ads, and at the same time here, we go back on this landing page. So that's a landing page. So it's where people lands. So they, let's say they're traveling, they're flying online, surfing, whatever, and they will eventually land somewhere. So now they will be landing on a landing page. And here the problem is what you can see is the text is way too long, and it forces you to scroll down. And once you scroll down, you have more information, but it's not really necessary to see all of this. You see, so that's why it would have been better to have a bit different layout and just cutting this. You can add those logos. For example, like these logos could be, let's do something. So like it could have been cut in half, right? You see what I mean? So for example, this, let's say if I do something, it will be something like this. So it will be photo P. There you go. Okay. So here, what you can do is, let's say, I would have say all of this thing, for example, show you here what we can do. So all of this, you cut it here. You cut all of this. You don't need, I don't know how many bullet points. I mean, there's way too much stuff here. So this, you cut it. You bring this up. Or even this could be like elsewhere, right? You don't have to, like, it could be, what is this actually? Okay. So these are trust factors, right? So this is the reputation that we discussed. But those guys, like this thing here, you can just bring it up. So this, you can bring it here somewhere. You see what I mean? So you bring it somewhere. I'm doing it fast here, but it's like you bring it somewhere here, bam, and like I will just send that to a designer, for example, of course. So I will just say, put it here somewhere, buddy. Okay, and that too. And now you cut all of this page. You can keep it black below it. You can keep it black, and all of this will go up. And now you're above the fold. See what I mean? Now you're above the fold. So all the important stuff becomes above the fold. Okay. And this is what you want to see. You're at 100%. So instead of seeing this, you will see something more like, and this is all broken, but you will see this. Not super familiar with this one. You will see something like this. Something like this, but it's like, again, you don't want to scroll. You don't want to scroll down, and you will see this instead of something that is broken. And it will be much more. much more productive. Okay, let's go back to here. So this is above the fold, below the fold. So as we can see, there's Alpha Sense, Seeking Alpha, Tip Ranks, Tip Ranks. I didn't know that one. And StockChase and Coffin. So Seeking Alpha crowdsource. Let's look at the interest. So expert opinion. This is what we're improving. Seeking Alpha crowdsource research plus competitive ratings. Okay. Analysis, insider signal aggregation, market data valuation. Okay. This is not, so these are not, maybe this is less related to expert opinion. And this is enterprise AI search across premium financial content. This one is interesting. And this is maybe why it's so valuable. So again, it's 100. So what I would do is I will maybe pick two, so Alpha Sense and Seeking Alpha, and just narrow it down, right? So here, giving the project most five quantitative expert opinion, long form research Seeking Alpha, and AI semantic research over documents. Interesting. That combination would produce significant more differentiated investment intelligence platform than a single source alone. Interesting. So let's look at Seeking Alpha now and Alpha Sense website. So let's go on the website. Here, Alpha Sense. There you go. Okay, that's a platform. That doesn't look B2C at all. That doesn't look at all a B2C. So it's more a B2B. Definitely that's a B2B. Seeking Alpha. Let's look at Seeking Alpha. Let's look at their landing page first, and we'll look at their. So that's their landing page. Okay, it's the same. Seeking Alpha pick subscribe. Okay, no, it's not the same. And the other one is the homepage. Seeking Alpha. So that's the homepage, and the first one is the landing page. So let's first look at the landing. So join for only. This is interesting. Join for only. Path. Now we'll do comparison between Seeking Alpha and StockChase. Okay. Last chance to pam 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 claim offer. You remember what when we discussed about the CTA? So this CTA here, that's the CTA. So the CTA, it's either a form, could be a pop-up, could be a top banner. So here, get the picks, and here is last chance, 20% site-wide discount. The market is unbelievable. Okay, so we'll take this as inspiration. Claim offer. Boom. And we'll keep it here. So let's add another one. Seeking alpha. Seeking. Seeking alpha. I don't know why I like writing in caps lock. It makes it much easier to just see things. So seeking alpha. Boom. We have this. Now, join for only $500 a year. So the price is much higher than StockChase, as we can see. So here, since it's much higher, we'll put it somewhere. We'll eventually do a pricing analysis. Alpha picks versus S&P. Alpha picks, get the picks. Interesting. So get the data-driven stock picks every month. Explore steady stream of high converting stocks. Pick delivered straight to into your inbox. Very interesting. I like how they are. This is definitely well thought of. Woo, that's a really high. This is a big footer. I think that's the biggest footer that I've ever seen. So okay, subscribe, RSS, cookie, ETF funds, so accounts, login, premium, about, investment group. That's interesting. They have a free trials. Okay, this looks weird though. I don't know why it's like that. It looks broken. Like it's looked like the menu is not there. I don't know why. So, anyways, so okay, so this is the homepage, Seeking Alpha. That's the landing page. So let's take the URL so we can do some analysis. So here you have the URL again. There you go. Boom. So now you're an expert and you understand PPC, PPC campaign type, PPC funnel, campaign ID, internal promotion, true. Google. Yeah, CPC it's cost per click and PPC it's pay per click, so it's the same thing. So ID, oops, UTM, ID, keyword seeking. That's what we're seeking alpha. Nothing there. Device, device C, most probably that's computer. Placement, again, nothing. Network, Google, target ID, keyword, ID term. Yeah, not much. It's very cryptic here, so we don't cannot really collect that much stuff. We know that they're doing A/B test. So A/B test. This is something that we'll look into another video, another stream, another video. A/B test is technically you send traffic. So let's say you send traffic. You have a page here, page A, and you have page B, which is different. So let's make it simple. This is red. This is blue. Okay. Like again, it's just an example. So page A and page B. Okay, and you send traffic. Technically here you will send traffic to you send 50% of the traffic here. So you have your traffic, but it's like you split your traffic and you send 50% here and you send 50% there. Boom. And you look at the numbers and you see which one converts better. If you remember the conversion, oops. If you remember this, the conversion, you see which one converts better. So here you see which one will convert better. So let's say here you have, I don't know, 25% conversion rate, meaning you have 100 people, and here you have 25 that give you their email. Okay, on this one here, you'll have, let's say, 32%. So here you have 32 people give you their email. So this one is better than this one is bad, tick, and this one is good. So page B, it's good. Now you take page B, and you can also do another A/B test. So you do B1, B2, B1, B2, or you can also call it AB if you want. If you want to be coherent, so you can also do another test here. You see, for future traffic. So you go from there, and from here you do another. Like you take B and you adjust it again, and you do another tac, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the A/B test here that you see. A/B test. So those guys are testing stuff, and that's why it's good. Definitely seeking alpha is, I think it's much better to compare structures to seeking alpha than to compare it to alpha sets. Okay, so again, this is the landing page, alpha picks. Okay, and that's the home page. So let's try. Okay, so 7 days free trial. Interesting. 7 days free trial. What do they have here? This is log in, sign up for free. Okay, first of all, like it's not easy to buy structures. Like I don't know, this guy, boom, join for only 4.99. Here, claim offer. you come on stock chase, and let me see here. Let me refresh. Maybe I saw the pop up and I just closed it or something. So let's give them a chance. So let's do it again. And here, no, nothing is happening. So all opinion, stocks, expert. I don't know why nothing is happening. Log in. Okay. Like, why should I log in? You have to tell me why. And even I don't even understand what they're doing. You see? So like, there is nothing. Like just the menu and articles, and it's like I'm not sure what the heck is going on. Like who's search? Okay. Let's look at Google. Nothing. That's not good, man. That's not good. That's not good. Facebook. No search result. Oh boy. Tesla. So their search engine should be definitely improved. Well, Tesla, I can see Tesla. Let's look with the ticker. Google, yeah, Alphabet. Yeah, but people would buy Google and search more on Google. Okay. Microsoft. Microsoft is there. Okay. What about Bitcoin? Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Risky. Partial buy BTC. Okay. Technical analysis. Neutral. Neutral. Are you serious? Why is neutral? Maybe. Let's look at it here. Okay, it is neutral. Okay, so it takes information from TradingView. Okay, that's fine. By the way, TradingView is it's another platform that is heavily used. It's used by a lot of people. Number of people watching. Okay, sign up for free. I don't get it. Like why it's so hard to here get the picks. Okay, create account. Let's say you will create it with okay, claim offer. Power your portfolio with premium insight. That's a good landing page. Okay, so you have to sign in. So let's sign in. Create a free account. There you go. There you go. There you go. Boom. And now you're in payment. You're in the payment. Okay, you're still on the page and you're in the payment. So you saw how fast that was to just get to the payment. Let's look at stock chase now. So sign in with whoa. Huh. Okay, that's already weird. Okay. Earn $30. Okay. Yeah, so definitely I mean they should be able to push. They should be pushing for payment right away. Start free trial, at least a free trial after the sign up. You see what I mean? So here after the sign up, it goes back to the website, so it doesn't really make sense. So let's do the flow here. Let's do the flow. Stock chase flow. So here, log out. So we start with the home page. Now we're, if you remember, with in the engage. So this is the home page. Then sign up for free. So okay, sign up. Not sure why they are forcing to accept. I mean, by sign up, you're accepting the terms. I'm not sure that you have to force the user to accept. Not sure about that one here. So yeah, um, let's go back. So I accepted. Log in. Yeah. Now I'm logged in. and I go back. Nothing happened. No payment, no nothing. So my profile, I don't know. Ah, get premium. Oh my God, it's there. Woo, it's hidden. So get premium is here. It's really hidden here. I wasn't. Yeah. So it is here actually. Yeah, I don't need it. Versus this guy, they will show the payment right away. So here they show a payment. It's not cheap though. It's much more than stock chase. Let's go back. How can I? How can I do it again? Sign out. Okay. Claim offer. So you have the claim offer after the sign in. Okay. Claim offer. Now you're here. Yeah, there you go. Now you're on the landing page. Now you're on the landing page, which is this one. Yeah. You're on the landing page, which is this landing page. So from sign in with Google without a click. So without, like, just by a sign in, right? Without forcing the user to check the box, like stock chase, like stock chase. So you're here, claim the offer. Now claim the offer, claim, claim the offer. Now it goes on the landing page. Landing page for a transaction of 239 per year. 239 per year. Start free trial, and it's a free trial. Start a free trial. Okay. Site wide sale. Join the premium. $60 off. And then $60 off. Okay. Now, what's the price here? Get premium. Okay. Woohoo. Much less. Much less. And why no design? Yeah. Why there's no design here? Still a question. Okay. Unlock free feature. Okay. Now you have the transaction. Add code. Add promotional code. What happen if you do a stock chase promotional code? Stock chase coupon. Sometimes you can lose, huh? I've seen it in other cases where you do stock chase and you'll go on the competitor website. So you have to be careful. Sometimes you have to be careful to. Sometimes it's better not to include the coupon here. Add promotional code coupon because it can get people distracted and at the same time they will go online, they will start looking for stuff, and they can end up like, you can, from your checkout page, you can send people directly to your competitors website just because of this thing, coupon. So that's a double-edged sword. You have to be careful. I'll just take a note here. So be careful, warning. Be careful with the coupon code. Do not send potential clients, I mean prospects. Do not sell clients to your competitor website, or getting them distracted. Okay, so that's for the checkout, and prices are like, whoa, much lower. Prices are much lower. So we have to find a way to increase the value and increase price. Okay, 100%. Okay, premium, watch list, my feed. This is cryptic. I don't know why. I'm not sure I like this thing here versus like seeking alpha. This looks like a terminal. Looks like, I don't know if you ever use like a terminal or Bloomberg or something like that. I mean, it looks very neat and professional. You can close it, you can open it. You have stuff here. You have graphs. You have like crazy visual. Save your seat. Top stocks for the virtual event. They have events. Get access with premium. Okay, close this. Paf. That looks good. That looks really good. About premium, upgrade, search. Let's do. By the way, when I was looking here, Google. Yeah, nothing. So, tack. You know what? Let me add. I'll also do Google Slide so I can. No, let's do it here. Let's keep it here for now. Eventually, it's better to have a Google Slide for the team. So during the week, I can just like give them my recommendation. So start your 7 day. Okay, this we said it. Papa, start free trial or email us. It's a very secure payment. This looks good. So if you go back here, expert. So yeah, this looks a bit weird. Is it clickable? Yeah, at least it's clickable. That's good. Oh, there you go. You reach the maximum of number of pages to use stocks. Get unlimited search. Okay, so that's their conversion. That's their conversion. No fooling. One fee. No fooling. No fooling. One fee. Full access. Better insight. Smart investing. Pick more winners by focusing on recommendation from our. Okay. Tac, 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 tac. But I like the fact that here they say it's for a premium. Okay. Seeking alpha. Create a portfolio. So how can I create a portfolio here? I wanted to look at Google. So if I do Google here, Google, of course. So here you have Google, Google. Boom. Okay. So here you have topics, stocks, all opinions. That's interesting. And what was the $30 here? So this is interesting here. So now give 10% off, get up to you get copy link. And here you can just share it. That's really cool. Rewards. Okay. How to can I spend it? Yeah. So this is cool. So you can refer it. You can refer stock chase and earn money. So this is interesting. But why it's so hidden? It should not be hidden. It should be somewhere here in the menu. It Should be the menu, like this should be in the menu. This should be all the way on top. So this should be all the way on top. Arrow. Put it here, my friend. This doesn't look good at all. Get better. So this 30 bucks should be all the way on top, and we have to fix stuff. to- Okay, so these are kind of recommendations. So earn 30 bucks has to be open. You put it here, puff for referral, and you need to track like how many times people are clicking on this button. Then fixing the let's make a quick list. So here, so Rex recommendations. First of all is payment right after the sign up. Like you propose it at least here. Search engine not finding Google. Make it Google, and what was the other one? Facebook companies. Make it easier to find companies. Then uh, what is this thing? Reward affiliate. That's they earn money feature. Add it on top of the website for better visibility. So that's how you can get it there. Yeah, please. What happened if we look stock chase? Stock chase. No, wait. Let's keep this here. Let's open a new tab. So stock chase. Expert opinion. So there's an app as well. LinkedIn Trustpilot stuff. Okay. So expert opinion, trading opinion. Okay. Expert opinion. Expert opinion on stock trading. So what happened if we just Google expert opinion on stock trading? It goes up. It's good. It's really good. So expert opinion on stock trading, you get stock chase as first. This is really good actually. Good job, stock chase. And here, panic proof. What is panic proof? Aha, this is interesting. Panic proof, top 100 stocks, unlock all feature, join. Takes time though. Takes time. Should be quicker. All opinion, top picks, stocks, experts, unlock rating. Should be quicker. Should be like you click here, path, you get what is happening. You say goodbye to fear. It's an ad. Uh, even the ad should be like remove ads. Do they have ads? Seeking Alpha upgrade. Do they have ads? Maybe. Sell, try for free. Click here. Claim offer. Scroll down. Okay. So upgrade. What is this? Current plan. If you do this, scroll down. Interesting. Okay. So do they have ads? Do they Alpha Picks? Seeking Alpha Picks. delivered into your inbox. This is interesting. How are we achieving outperformance? Alpha picks. I'm curious to know if like many people, like who are really investing, like taking, like how can you verify that? I mean, it's a beautiful graph, but is it possible to verify it? Not sure. So okay, upgrade to pro quant path, S&P claim offer. Woohoo! Pro is, wait a minute. They have $2,400 offer as well for pro member. So what's the difference? World class tools for analysis for you for the serious investor. Hmm. But this is 54%. What is this EW? You remember the TLW? So I'm also learning TLW every day. Three-letter words. So TLW meaning in finance. Early warning indicator. Hmm. That's an early warning indicator. Interesting. With the bank, outside the bank. Early warning indicator. Okay. So you have pro, you have premium, and you have pro. And okay. But how can you, this is 2022, since 2022. Okay. And but no ads. So they don't have ads. So here, technically, just to go back on what I was saying, so maybe they can also do remove ads here. So this could be remove ads. So here we can do remove ads. Remove ads to premium. And we send it to premium. To premium plan. Arrow. And I will add it here to remove ads. Remove ads to premium plan. There you go. Good. All right. I will restart streaming a bit later today. I think that was a good start for today. Dun. So for to recap, we are here in engagement, the engagement phase, which is analyzing the business, the flow, the competition. So here, let's add also the competition. So here we can also analyze the competition. That's what we were doing here. Then we started doing a bit of call to action. So how are we converting? Okay. So here are the flows. Sometimes you can hear paywalls or lead capture. So here, where, how to convert visitors into customers. And so that's the second part. We start doing we did some analysis of seeking alpha sense, and we'll check the others as well. And we'll get into eventually we'll start doing analysis on the traffic, but we really have to continue on the engagement part and the call to action. So stay tuned for the other video. I hope you enjoyed the first one. This is the first of many to come. So if you have questions, if you would like me to get a bit deeper in a specific subject, just let me know about it. I'll get deeper. Take care and talk to you soon. See you soon. Bye bye.